Hey, it's Jason again. I know this video has been long overdue, but I am celebrating 100 days after my T-cell depleted bone marrow transplant. That was a bone marrow transplant from a donor, and that was the, it's an experimental study being done at Sloan Kettering, Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital here in New York City. And so it's been a little over 100 days since I had my transplant. I'm happy to report that the bone marrow is now 100% donor, which means my old bone marrow is out and gone for good, and I've got the donor's bone marrow in my bones now, and that's a very good thing because theoretically, as long as that bone marrow stays the donor's healthy marrow, and my immune system stays the donor's healthy immune system, whatever cancer cells come up will be taken care of by my immune system, as it would happen with anybody's immune system who's healthy. I just had my 100-day workup done. That's when they do a lot of different tests. I think they took about 17 vials of blood from me, checked everything, and believe it or not, my blood profile right now is that of a healthy person, although my immune system is still quite weakened, and that could take up to a year to repair itself. So even though I'm feeling better, I actually brought up the idea of possibly going to work to my doctor, and they laughed at me. People with this kind of transplant don't go to work until at least 9 months to 12 months after transplant. When I got out of the hospital, I was dealing with a lot of vomiting, and when I say a lot of vomiting, I mean 4 or 5 times a day, that was really hard to go through. I did manage to convince them to let me out of the hospital after 4 weeks, but I came home and the vomiting was really bad to the point where I lost about 55 pounds. Look at me. Ugh. I don't know if you can see, but most of you people who know me, I'm skinnier than I've been in probably since high school. I'm right around 200 pounds now, and I was a big boy for a while there. But I got some new clothes and feeling good about that. As you can see, my facial hair is all coming back. It's a little more gray than I'd like it, but I guess at 37 years old it's going to be that way. My hair is coming back, as you can see. It looks a little funny, but I swear it's not patchy. My doctors say I have a full head of hair, which is more than I can say for a lot of people my age, but it's coming in. It's starting to lay down in certain areas now, so it kind of looks a little funny, but you can see the back. I'm very happy about that. I can kind of go out now without wearing my many hats that I was wearing when I was going through the transplant. My strength is coming back slowly. I feel pretty good today. I did puke once today already, but you just got to get back on the horse. I went in, brushed my teeth, got rid of the puke taste, and now all is well. I am at home. I'm not working at the moment, although I've had a couple of offers for some freelance work, editing some books, and actually writing a book, and I gotta get on that soon. I've just been, really just resting up. I sleep a lot, I rest a lot. Up until a few weeks ago, I was puking a lot. My mother was very graciously here for 6 months, believe it or not, because I had to do 2 transplants. I had to do the auto transplant, which was my own stem cells, and then I had to do the donor transplant back to back to get the cancer under control. And so my mom was here. Luckily, she's retired, and she was able to stay here in the apartment for a few months with Jenny and I. And she just left yesterday, so now I'm getting back to doing all the stuff I used to do, like these videos. I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm up at 5 minutes now. But the good news is that there is no sign of the cancer right now. All of the dangerous proteins in my body that are a reflection of the cancer have gone away or are non-existent. My bone marrow is just settling in and trying to get used to this new body. It's gotten to the point where the doctor only needs to see me every 4 weeks now. When I got out of the hospital, I had to see him every week. So, you know, I would say this is a rousing success so far. You know, after 100 days, 100 days is a big marker, because after 100 days, there are a lot of things that can happen with graft versus host disease, which I'll talk about another time. But so far, it looks good. I don't have any issues with my skin, which sometimes happens with transplant patients. You know, sometimes the skin can turn color. Sometimes you can get really horrible rashes and often peeling and stuff like that. I haven't had any of those issues. I have a little bit of a rash here that goes on my nose and on my ears sometime, but, you know, in exchange for cancer, I'll take it. You know, without this thing getting too long, I will be doing a hell of a lot more videos now. I'm going to try to do a couple a week. Just keep people updated. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the letters. I mean, hundreds of letters, emails from around the world with people with cancer, people without cancer, people who've been following me. And one other cool surprise that I can't quite talk about yet, but there's a major news outlet who contacted me, and they want to do a story on me, you know, for whatever reason. If it helps people deal with cancer, then great. If it brings awareness to multiple myeloma, that's great. If it gets more people into the bone marrow donor registry, then that's great. I'm happy to do it, and that's what I told them. And so they're going to do a little piece on me, and I will let you guys know those details as they come. So anyway, all is well. Thank you very much. Keep in touch, and again, thanks for the support. It's good to be alive.